lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house. I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
Yo, Bentley.
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
भाई ये हम है एडिथ 1999 Indian indie gamer, hello.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent, as if they're about to say something but never do. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house. I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot. Or how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly. The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house. A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Marshmallow. Are these marshmallows?
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
3x1.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library. Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit. After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Louis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Hello, Omkar.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Wow.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Your favorite game. Nice. भाई ये घर कितना प्यारा है.
On the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
That's great.
I grew up. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
बहुत प्यारी है भाई. दिख रहा है वो.
Inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Yeah, I'm listening.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. My Halloween candy was all gone.
भाई बड़ा गुस्सा आता है रात को भूख लगे और कुछ खाने का ना हो जाओ.
I kept eating and eating.
Bro, what? What? नहीं. अरे बाप रे.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Yeah. No, I don't know, Omkar. How much?
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
Did she
It
eat
was
the?
a barn swallow going back to her nest.
Did
I
she?
reached out for her.
Man, this game is scary.
And suddenly,
What the?
I was a cat.
The fuck?
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Two hours. Okay. Let's see.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired.
Bro, is this a dream or something? I leave up to you. Okay. भाई बर्ड किधर गई? मुझे दिख क्यों नहीं रहा कुछ? बर्ड किधर है? ओके.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Where's the bird? Oh, there she is.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Wow.
Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
By narration. The way she is narrating, it's so good.
A mama rabbit.
Mama rabbit, पकड़ो. Mama rabbit. Bye.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
उसकी हार्ट बीट भी सुनाई दे रही है मुझे रैबिट की.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Bro, she is evil. She is evil.
Grabbed on tight.
Shubh, that is
So
me.
hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
What?
Now
Anaconda?
I was a monster, and I
The
smelled
fuck?
people everywhere.
No, this is me.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Yeah, I'm listening.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Bye bye. फिर रास्ता अंदर से होगा जाने का ना. अंदर से ही है. नहीं, यहाँ से नहीं है. अरे वो जो क्रैक था ना, उसमें घुसना था मुझे. उसमें घुसा तो नहीं, लेकिन ये घुस गया.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
बिगेस्ट नाइटमेयर.
I got closer and closer. All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
खुद को खा रही है. Molly Finch, younger sister of Edith Finch.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Bro, the art style is something else.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
But how did she die? Was she bitten by a snake or something? What? Edith is 17. Yes, she was born in 1999. काजुमा हेलो भाई. एक्सपीडिशन 33 ने सब गेम पर मूड दिया है अगर गोटी कंफर्म है तो. बंगाली है या इस पे किसी ने काला जादू किया होगा पक्का. सेम एज आई वाज व्हेन आई प्ले. ओह नाइस.
This will be obvious later, but
एक सेकंड में रूम की लाइट बंद कर देता हूँ. थोड़ा मुझे सही से दिख नहीं रहा है कुछ. So this game was What Remains of Omkar and Manik. What Remains of Omkar? Omkar Manik.
my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray
After
kitten,
playing this game, okay?
she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in
I've put up a
great-grandmother's
community post
room.
for the game I played yesterday night. It will be up tomorrow morning. I scheduled it yesterday itself.
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington
ले.
send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
अरे यार कितना misfortune है भाई.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
इसको वापस कैसे रखूं मैं? ये हट ही नहीं रहा है. डैम ब्रो, ये हटेगा कैसे? कंट्रोल्स ओके. मैपिंग तो देनी रखी है इसमें. हाउ डू आई पुट दिस अवे? एस्केप, बैकस्पेस, टैब, बैक बटन. बैक बटन क्या है इस गेम में? राइट क्लिक नहीं हो रहा कुछ भी. मिडल माउस नहीं हो रहा. टैब, एस्केप, एस्केप से कुछ नहीं हो रहा. बैक स्पेस, शिफ्ट, कंट्रोल, ऑल्ट, स्पेस. दोबारा करके देखते हैं एक बार. अरे आ जाओ भाई मयंक. ओके इस एस इट्स एस.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
सबसे पहला बंदा था ओडिन. 1880s. हेलो वाइट नाइट, मिस्टर विटनेट. भाई कितना डिटेल से काम किया गया है इस गेम पे हैं. इंटीरियर देख रहे हो क्या आप?
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon,
She could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
ओ मेरी फ्यूचर डॉटर का कमोड। भाई वो बाथरूम है या क्या है वो? ऐसा ही मास्टरपीस नहीं है। देखो तो भाई, जस्ट लुक एट दिस, द फोटोज।
Great-grandma had always been the family's biggest fan.
देखो फोटोज, डिटेल्स, कलर्स, टेक्सचर्स एंड ऑल, कितना स्मूथ है सब कुछ भाई। इंडी गेम लग भी नहीं रहा है किसी एंगल से। बाइकिंग स्टार्ट कर दूँ? चोर पढ़ाई कर ले भाई। भाई ये वाला कंगा चाहिए मुझे, खरीदूंगा मैं इसको। बाथरूम में डिटेलिंग देखो
The
भाई।
only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
पिंक बाथरूम।
It was a pretty big trace.
एक और सीक्रेट। लेट्स गो।
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look.
ओके, वॉश बेसिन के नीचे है।
It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
अच्छा, बुक में ही है। ले। My gaming room.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
अच्छा ओमकार, ठीक है। अबे इस चेयर पे 2 साल का बच्चा बैठेगा? इस चेयर पे तो मेरा पैर भी नहीं आवे। द फक। लंच हो गया भाई? नहीं, मैं कभी नहीं हुआ भाई। मैं उठा सो के 12 बजे सो के उठा मैं, तो मैंने नाश्ता ही कर लिया। फिर वो खाया मैंने, चाय पी है 1 मग भर के, और साथ में वो खाए थे पनीर के सैंडविच से और चीज़,
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin,
और 1 लीटर पानी।
and that he never talked about him.
लंच करूँगा मैं अभी, ये गेम ख़त्म करने के बाद। कढ़ी चावल है और रात को चिकन है।
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
स्मॉल डिटेल्स कैसे देखूँ मैं? स्मॉल डिटेल्स मुझे तब समझ में आएंगे ना जब मुझे पूरा आइडिया लगेगा स्टोरी का।
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
You have already beaten the game, that's why you understand all the small details. How would I understand?
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
भाई ये वाला झूला
At
झूलने का मन
Barbara's
कर रहा है।
funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again.
तुम्हें पता है जिस पार्क में मैं शाम को खेलने आता था ना बचपन में,
Calvin always
उसमें थे ऐसे
wanted to
झूले।
fly.
बहुत पुरानी बात है, 15-16 इयर्स, बहुत पुरानी बात है, अब की बात नहीं है। It's like 2006, 2008.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do
Wow
it.
man, this might become my favorite indie game of all
I
time.
told him going around was impossible.
Cuphead is still number 1 though, but this...
Maybe if I hadn't said that.
The fuck? पागल हो गया, पागल हो गया, मरेगा,
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
मरेगा, मरा भाई।
then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what
Hello,
I want
Rex.
to remember about my brother.
What's up? बोल गया।
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Bro, the presentation, so good. इस झोले में 360 करने का सपना सपना रह गया. उसने कर दिया लेकिन 360.
Strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember
He
trying
wanted
to
to
do
be an
the
astronaut,
exact
yep.
same thing.
Indie game day 8. You are doing. भाई
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
ये देखो ना, डिटेल्स में देख रहा हूँ भाई. सैम, ये कैल्विन, ये देखो सैम किधर गया. सैम का दिखाया नहीं अभी, है ना. मॉली का दिखा दिया, इसका दिखा दिया, ओडिन का, कैल्विन का दिखा दिया. इन सब के बाकी हैं अभी सबके. सैम नहीं है इसमें. सैम है यार. Oh, nice detail, Omkar. Nice detail. So in 1968, Sam died, and in 1958, Calvin died. Of course, Kazuma bhai.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Okay, एक और हिडन चीज़ है यहाँ पे. Oh, he was born in 19. Okay. Sam is literally me. Omkar.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller.
भाई ऐसा
hands
घर
and
तो मैं भी
bodies.
डिजर्व करता हूँ. क्या घर है भाई? अरे एक सेकंड वहाँ देखो जरा क्या है. ये बंद होगा जाता क्या? नहीं खुला है ये भी खुला है. तो वहाँ क्या है फिर? पहले यहीं चलते हैं, आ जाओ. भाई साहब, भाई पता है मेरे पड़ोसी का घर है बहुत बड़ा, 3-4 मंजिल का घर है उसका. और उसके ना मतलब उसके घर में ना पता है कितने ज़्यादा कमरे हैं, कितने कॉर्नर्स हैं, कितने हिडन स्पॉट्स हैं. तो बचपन में ना हम उनके घर पर छुपन छुपाई खेला करते थे. ठीक है. तो भाई उसका घर इतना मिस्टीरियस था ना कि मान ले मैं किसी कमरे में घुसा, उस कमरे में मल्टीपल लेयर्स होती थी. जैसे कैसे समझाऊँ, एक कबर्ड होती थी, कबर्ड खाली, क्योंकि इतने जने नहीं है ना घर में और कमरे बहुत सारे बनवा रखे हैं उन्होंने. तो कबर्ड खाली, बेड के नीचे खाली. ठीक है. उधर एक कॉर्नर होता था वो खाली, बाथरूम खाली. तो उसके घर में इतना अच्छा लगता था मुझे जाके कि मैं जब छुपता था ना मैं बाहर ही नहीं निकलता था वहाँ से. आई यूज्ड टू सिट देयर फॉर 30 मिनट्स, 20 मिनट्स, 30. मैं एक जगह बैठे रहता था बस वहाँ पे. क्यों मुझे भी नहीं पता, बस मज़ा आता था बैठ के वहाँ पे. इतने छोटे छोटे कॉर्नर से उसकी, बिल्कुल जैसा इसका घर है ना, इसका एडिथ का घर है, सेम ऐसे ही घर था उसका भी. बहुत सारी लेयर्स थी घर के अंदर, पेंटिंग्स टंग रही थी, मतलब पूरा प्रॉपर हवेली टाइप था उसका घर भाई.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs.
ये भी
when we
बंद है.
left.
Edie's father Odin built the original house.
इधर मत आओ. क्यों इधर क्यों नहीं? इधर क्या दिक्कत है? आज भी शुभ वेट कर रहा है, कोई इसको ढूंढ ले. और एक बात बताऊं, चलो जिसका घर था ना वो लड़की थी, और मैं तो चाह रहा हूँ लड़की मुझे ढूंढ ले.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
ओ भाई,
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
भाई ये गेम पूरा देखना, छोटा ही है, इंडी गेम छोटे ही होते हैं. आई वुड रिकमेंड यू गाइस टू वॉच दिस. टाइपराइटर, पोस्टर्स, टू मच स्टफ टू क्लीन. मैं तो भाई कोई भी सामान लेने से पहले सोचता हूँ कि क्या मैं इसको साफ़ कर पाऊँगा या क्या मैं इसको साफ़ रख पाऊँगा, तभी लेता हूँ.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
कुछ फ़ायदा नहीं है भाई नहीं तो सामान लेने का. चलो बारबरास की डेथ देखते हैं कैसे हुई है.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream.
वॉइस एक्टिंग अच्छी है.
Now it's
नाइस का तुम्हें, नाइस भाई.
she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box.
ओके ये मैंने चलाया था.
Is to keep winding and winding.
ये चलाया था मैंने.
Until finally, the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
वाह मैन, कॉमिक के अंदर भी हम खेल सकते हैं. डैम.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
What?
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
What?
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter? What's
इसका
going
इसका
on up there?
भाई.
Ah! Okay, I'm coming up. But if this is a trick, we're dead, Walter.
भाई मेरी फट रही है थोड़ी थोड़ी। बारबरा गॉर्डन, बैटमैन। मेरे दिमाग में वही आती है सौभाग्य बारबरा का नाम सुनते ही।
Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Bro, Riddler had the same weapon, same type of weapon.
Couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara. There's gotta be another way out of here.
ये वही रूम है जो लॉक किया था उसकी मम्मी ने।
She played her part beautifully.
इसका भाई कहाँ गया लेकिन? विंडो में भी।
She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it.
मुझे भी समझ नहीं आ रहा कहाँ से जाऊँ।
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges grow.
Okay, nice.
She wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
इतना धीरे को चल रही है बहन। गया।
Man had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was.
अरे बाप रे।
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
लगा ही था मुझे इसके पीछे ही होगा। बट दो जने क्या? What the fuck? Are you kidding me, man?
Surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara.
इसका भाई कहाँ गया?
Magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed.
Okay,
the whole time.
बेड के नीचे था साला।
It's all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Masterpiece. So that was Barbara.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered. As absurd as that comic was, maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
He fell from the railing and the railing broke. After that, you can notice the broken railing. Yep. And was not dream. हाँ हाँ मैं समझ गया. फाइट क्लब ना देख पाने की चिंता मुझे है भाई. सेम सेम. इसका फोटो देखो. क्या देखूं फोटो में? क्या देखूं भाई? ओके.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
सारे कोड्स पढ़ लिए भाई. मूवी देख ले, इससे बढ़िया. मैं भी देख ही लूँगा क्योंकि देख लेनी चाहिए भाई. सब लोग कहते हैं उसको देखने को. ये तो लॉक्ड है ना ऊपर से.
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Exactly. मैं भी वही बोलने वाला था कि
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
कि जब मैंने घुमाया था वो तब तो कोई की नहीं निकली उसके अंदर से. ओके ओमकार. I'll watch it. Okay, the railing is fixed, as you can see. It is now fixed. ये तो उसी का रूम है ना?
I wonder if that comic was right about there being a key inside the music box near the basement.
देखते हैं चलो इस बार चल के. वो भी है. यहाँ पे रखा होता है बॉक्स. Here it is. Keep rotating. Yep, I have to keep rotating it. किसी भी गेम में जब बेसमेंट में जाने की बारी आती है ना, मेरी बहुत
Mom
फटती
said
है.
the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
साइलेंट हिल 2 में भी जब बेसमेंट में जाने की बात आई थी ना भाई, फट जाती है बुरे तरीके से.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
नाइस ओमकार.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
डोसा भाई बिल्कुल खेलूंगा. इट्स ऑन द लिस्ट.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
लिस्ट से याद आया.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive.
Those are not interested in that, to be honest. मन नहीं है.
But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
For a copy? Yeah, Lightwing told me that they are giving free copies. आप खजान में कहाँ तक पहुँचे?
Even a monster on the other side.
हिस्मार मार दिया आपने? Time for Reese.
Almost friendly.
एक दो तीन चार. 4 days have passed.
And then one day, everything just.
Okay, बहुत साल हो गए इसको. 1960 या 1970 से 2005 पे आ गया बंदा सीधा. उसके हाथ भी बूढ़े हो चुके हैं.
It was gone. Maybe it got.
इन्हीं डिटेल्स की बात कर रहा था ना ओमकार तू.
Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can.
टाइगर श्रॉफ की आवाज में है. किसको चूतिया बना रहा है ओमकार? Hismar was fine. I mean, look wise, Dragon was super. भाई, I loved Hismar. डोसा भाई. मजा आया उससे फाइट करने में, उसके मूव समझने में, परफेक्ट पैरी, परफेक्ट डॉज करने में, उसका केओस जो मारता है उससे बचने में. I loved it.
Whatever killed Barbara and Molly.
Easy था. मुझे लगा टाइम उस पे थोड़ा.
And Calvin.
देखो, Hismar is patience game.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
Bro, I'm living the same day from past 8 years. What are you trying to say, man?
Whatever's out there,
True.
I want you to know
सौभाग्य.
I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week.
Or a day.
I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
The fuck? डोसा भाई, Lady Ileana is the worst.
I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
1960. So Walter was that kid that was hiding beneath the bed. Omkar. डोसा भाई, ये बेसिकली गेम है. एक फिंच नाम का ख़ानदान है, उसके सारे लोग मर चुके हैं. तो हम आखिरी बंदे हैं जो इस परिवार और इस ख़ानदान में ज़िंदा है. एडिथ या एडिथ जो भी बोलते हैं उसको. एडिथ फिंच. तो एडिथ फिंच जाती है अपने पुराने घर में ये फाइंड करने के लिए कि सारे लोग की स्टोरी क्या थी, वो लोग मरे कैसे, एंड व्हाट एग्जैक्टली हैपेंड. सो ये प्लॉट है इस चीज़ का. अब ये हर बंदे की स्टोरी अनकवर कर रही है, उसको समझ रही है, उसको देख रही है, और अपने फैमिली ट्री में लिख रही है उसको बेसिकली. वाई एडिथ इज अ गर्ल. डैम, इसके पीछे भी रीज़न है भाई. Because of Barbara's death, he went into isolation. Okay. I see a name Sanjay. Yes, I do. Same. जब मैंने सबसे पहले खोला था ना गेम, तो मैंने भी संजय नाम नोटिस किया
I'm
था.
sure my mom was trying to protect me.
डोसा भाई, इस गेम का एनवायरनमेंट ना इतना ब्यूटीफुली हैंड क्राफ्टेड है ना, यू विल बी, आपका जबड़ा ज़मीन पे गिर जाएगा देख के. तुझे कैसा लगा स्कैल्पेल? स्कैल्पेल वुड हैव बीन एस टियर बॉस ईजिली, वेरी यूनिक बॉस. मैंने किसी गेम में नहीं देखा इतना अच्छा बॉस आज तक. ओनली इफ़ उसका वो जो सेकंड फेज़ आता है वो ना होता तो. मुझे वो सेकंड फेज़ उसका अच्छा नहीं लगा, बहुत विजुअल क्लटर था. आई डेंट लाइक इट एट ऑल. लेकिन उसका फर्स्ट फेज़ वॉज सुपर अमेजिंग. प्लीज़ डोंट कंपेयर भाई. कंपेयरिंग इंडी गेम्स इज़ अ क्राइम. एक तो वैसे ही इतनी क्रिएटिविटी, इतनी मेहनत जाती है इन गेम्स में, उसमें भी तुम कंपैरिजन कर दो. गलत बात
But
है.
if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
वो चीज़ तो है. आपको कैसा लगा डोसा भाई स्कैल्पेल? डोंट टॉक अबाउट द
Something
सेकंड
that's
फेज,
still alive.
जस्ट टॉक अबाउट द फर्स्ट फेज.
Now that there's only one of us left,
वाई एडिथ इज अ गर्ल.
or maybe two,
देखते हैं
I
देखते
thought it
हैं.
was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened.
Bro, what is this environment,
But
यार?
now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
वाह यार.
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
तो वॉल्टर ने सुसाइड किया था ना ओमकार? वही समझ आया मुझे तो.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died.
सेकंड फेवरेट बॉस है. दोस्त पागल हो गया, केओस उसको अंदर से खा गई, उसको मुक्ति दिलाने है. डीमन स्लेयर का बाप है खजान. क्या बात है भाई. No, Walter did not. So how did Walter die?
Me.
I thought he died because of the isolation. और जैसे वो बातें कर रहा था कि every day is a new day या जो भी बकचोदी दे रहा था वो. Yeah, I'm
I
looking
thought you
into the
should know
river.
about
What?
your family.
River में क्या? Bro, how could a train ran over a guy? Why would a guy stand in front of a train? What the fuck ओमकार, क्या बोल रहा है भाई? सुसाइड किया है उसने भाई, ट्रेन के सामने आया वो जानबूझ के.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
अरे डोसा भाई बाप है ट्रिपल एस का इंडी, मैं क्या बोलूँ भाई आपको.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
ओके ओमकार, वॉइस मैसेज में एक्सप्लेन करना. डोसा भाई बिल्कुल सही बात है. हेलो निखिल. मैंने कल 2 और गेम निपटाए भाइयों. कल रात को मैंने स्ट्रीम करी थी, प्राइवेट में करी थी, मेरा मन नहीं था बातें करने का, मतलब आई वॉज नॉट इन द मूड, सो आई डिड द प्राइवेट स्ट्रीम. छोटी छोटी गेम थी, एक गोरो गोवा थी और एक फ्लोरेंस थी. दोनों मैंने निपटा दिए हैं.
Stubbornness and madness.
गोरो गोवा था
Any of it
मास्टरपीस.
seems possible.
मेरी हालत ख़राब हो गई इसके पजल सॉल्व करने में. आई टुक हेल्प ऑफ इंटरनेट ऑब्वियसली, आई कुडंट डू इट अलोन, बट इट्स अ मस्ट प्ले इफ़ यू आर इनटू पजल गेम्स. बहुत ही कूल कॉन्सेप्ट है उस गेम का. और देवो भाई हंसने वाली बात ही नहीं है कोई.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
3 घंटे का मूवी है. ओके
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the
ओके
house?
ओमकार, मैं देख लूँगा बाद में. बेटा बाप तो रॉकस्टार
It's
गेम्स है
embarrassing
सबका.
for me to admit this, but
ना भाई,
the pet
इंडीज.
cemetery made me more uncomfortable. than
Indies
the
for
other
life.
one. 3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault. Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery. I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
Indeed, Nikhil.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
मैं समझ गया, वो देखेगा अब मुझे यहाँ से. Before building the house, all right.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Their grave has their personalities.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
हर किसी को लेटेस्ट एंड ग्रेटेस्ट ग्राफिक कार्ड चाहिए,
Her
बट
dad had been pretty strict,
ये नहीं
but it
कि
wasn't
just play
enough to
older
save her
games or just play
brothers.
indies.
She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did.
ये रहा भाई संजय
Again,
कुमार.
She tried so hard to protect us.
1966 and he died in 2002. Lewis Finch, Milton
We
Finch.
never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday.
फ्लो को
Find
मिलता
everything out for myself.
ब्लेंडर में बनाया था. ओह, संजय ने फिंच गोरी बटा ली है. डब्ल्यू संजय फॉर रियल भाई.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing,
चिड़ियाघर.
I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
What? क्या बोल रही है भाई ये? वहाँ पे स्टेयर्स है शायद, है ना? हाँ, स्टेयर्स.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
अब मुझे सैम का देखना है स्टोरी.
They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
भाई सैम की स्टोरी आ गई.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's okay. Got it.
I'm gonna
gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are.
Edith's mother. Okay, not
You're
Sam's.
right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though. Aw.
और किसकी फोटो लेनी है मुझे? वही तो निखिल. Edith's grandpa. Okay. और क्या है यहाँ पे भाई?
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hey!
Hey!
That's a keeper. Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always... Dad!
Good eyes, Don.
भाई साहब.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of him.
Dad,
Let me get behind you.
do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything.
वाओ. लगा ही था
Great
मुझे.
shot, Don.
मुझे लगा ही था.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
ठीक है, कैमरा उसने रख दिया है अपनी जगह पे.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about
और ओह. The fuck, man.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Only 3 people remains. Milton, Lewis and Eddie. भाई ये क्या गेम है? वही तो. कैसे मर रहे हैं लोग साले? हिरण से गिर के मर गया, खाई से नीचे डाला. अजीब है भाई.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Lawrence approve.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw.
नॉट दैट बेबी डोसा भाई, लग रहा है मुझे इसी का नंबर है.
You reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was, he saw.
हाँ अन्नपूर्णा तो पब्लिशर है ना, पर डेवलपर थोड़ा ना. अन्नपूर्णा पब्लिश करते हैं वो तो गेम्स. हाँ हाँ पता है. ये मेरा ट्रिब्यूट है भाई उनको. यहाँ पे करना क्या है?
Sure made him happy.
ले नियॉन वाइट, हाँ वो भी खेलना डोसा भाई मुझे. वेल सीधी करनी है, कर दे भाई सीधी. अरे डोसा ऐसा ना बोलो यार, ऐसा ना बोलो. मुझे वो जो ऊपर लीवर दिख रहा है उसके पास जाना है ना, पर नहीं हो पा रहा मुझसे हाई जंप. कैसे करूं मैं? होल्ड द बटन एंड रिलीज. ओ ये करेगी हमको जंप. ओके ओ लग रहा है मुझे ये करना है. वहाँ जाना है, शैम्पू पे जाना है इस बार.
I know how silly it sounds.
ले आया बीसी, आ गई शैम्पू बॉटल भी.
But I'm worried about a baby being too happy.
शैम्पू निकालना है.
Slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
ओ नहीं आ गई, मम्मी आ गई
I
इसमें.
know you did everything you could.
ओए डोसा भाई बच गए.
Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
No, I don't want
I wish he could have told us
नहीं, यू आर राइट,
about the world he saw.
यू आर राइट. अरे बचाओ.
There's so much I
The
don't understand
fuck.
about Gregory. About everything.
डोसा भाई
What
यस.
happened wasn't your fault.
डोसा भाई ने बोला और तो किसी ने कुछ नहीं बोला.
I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too.
भाई वो ऊपर गया बचने के लिए,
Love, Sam.
वो ऊपर गया बचने के लिए, पर गेम ने हमको नीचे डुबा दिया और जाके. बार टाप का सिस्टम नहीं है, अगर है तो बड़ों के लिए है निखिल, छोटे बच्चों के लिए नहीं है भाई. ये भी मर गया भाई. सैम का बच्चा था ना ये, सैम और कोई दूसरी वाइफ है, उसका नाम नहीं पता मुझे क्या है. एडी, वॉज शी एडी? आई एम कंफ्यूज काइंड ऑफ. एब्जो शुरू हो गया इधर। मिल्टन एंड लुइस, हाँ उसके बच्चे के मौत की वजह से डाइवोर्स हुआ है, करेक्ट।
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea.
Oh, literally me,
My father
man.
never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Literally me. डोसा भाई प्रेजेंटेशन देखो गेम की।
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart.
हाँ पतंग की तार
Tight and bottled up the storm inside his
इतनी
heart.
मोटी।
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Guess how will he die? How will he die? यार कैसे मर सकता है? पतंग से इसका जो तार है उसका गले में लग जाएगा, कुछ ऐसा होगा मे बी, या पतंग इसको उड़ा के ले जाएगी, यही हो सकता है और क्या होगा। Yo, sinful.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
ओरे बड़ा बदतमीज साला। और भाई ऐसे औलाद हो मेरी, मैं तो गुद्दी पे मार दूं रैपट। नाउ गैस उसके बाप ने उसको मार दिया होगा। पता नहीं यार क्या ही हो सकता है। We got a पतंग गेम प्ले बिफोर मुंबई का लीज। हाँ होते हैं डोसा भाई। या बाप की शादी अटेंड कर रहा है इसलिए उसको पसंद नहीं आया। अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, इसलिए वो साला उसको स्टेप मॉम नहीं चाहिए। बोला था स्टार्टिंग में वैसे। How do I progress? ये मर नहीं रहे हैं लेटर्स, ये प्रोग्रेस कैसे करूं? कर रहा हूं मैं बट हो नहीं रहा कुछ डोसा भाई उससे। कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, नथिंग इज हैपनिंग।
Wind picked up.
हुआ
and
इसका हुआ।
panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Oh, storm. Maybe storm will take him away.
Rain
The
came
kite
down
will
in
take him
buckets
away.
then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
ओह पतंग को लाइटिंग लग जाएगी यानी मर जाएगा।
wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea and foam. But I didn't.
ऐसा यही हुआ है
until
शायद.
we found you.
खेल खत्म होना चाहिए था. खेल खत्म हो बैट इस पिंच. क्या हुआ ओमकार? बिजली लगी ना उसको?
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
बिजली लगी. डॉन, मिल्टन एंड लुइस. तंबू घुस गया. घुसा तो तंबू ही है, बट इट डजंट मेक सेंस.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
पता नहीं डोसा भाई.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
संजय ले भाई आ गया. संजय.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
बाइबल रखी हुई है.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
लुइस मिल्टन यहीं पे हैं.
And to see kids in the house again.
ये एडिथ का है.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Milton. It's time for Milton's story.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Bro. Oh.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
इसका नहीं कह सकते कैसे मरा. ज़्यादा स्टोरी बताई नहीं. Yeah, that's it. I was surprised.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
हाँ बताओ बताओ मिल्टन का.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
सब प्रेडिक्शन पे है ना ओमकार, कोई चीज़ कैनन नहीं है.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
और वो दूसरी गेम का नाम क्या है ओमकार?
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
बताओ देख क्या कर हो सके तो.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation.
Lewis is Vinayak.
As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
ओए अपना हाथ मत दे दियो इसके अंदर. मुझे लग रहा है अपना हाथ ही देगा इसके अंदर ये.
wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats.
दोनों काम एक साथ कर रहा हूँ मैं.
And toads. Things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
Yo, Noddy. What's up, bro?
But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first.
Fish cutting का job ढूंढ लिया. Yes. Have you played this? I think Noddy तूने खेला game ये. मैंने देखा था शायद.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Tokyo. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
स्ट्रीम क्या था ना?
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting.
Oh, stream नहीं करता था वो. Okay.
And he was always humming something. every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished.
And पता नहीं भाई, no idea. अभी एक स्टोरी और रह रही है इसके बाद.
He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
It's so cool, man.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on.
Literally me, I think तू ही है ये ओमकार. इतने वॉइस नोट भेजता है.
New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
उसका शिप डूब गया. क्या हुआ?
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a beautiful prince.
Okay, Louis is gay.
The prince was on his own quest for
Radiant rainbows.
radiant rainbows.
मैं अपनी खुद की स्टोरी बना रहा हूँ.
He followed the sound of his silver harp.
या देख रहा हूँ. Zeniths, hello भाई. First time on the channel, welcome to the stream, man.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
मुझे भी डर लग रहा है उसकी उंगली ना कट जाए कहीं ऋषि.
He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
God, this is literally Omkar. Sala Louis.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
यही होता है भाई मेटामॉर्फोसिस जब तुम सुनते हो इमेजिनरी वर्ल्ड बनाते हो अपने दिमाग में है.
Louis was not the one chopping sand.
He's literally him.
But the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
भाई ये imagination है Zeniths. It's a story. It's a story within a story basically.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
देखो अब यहाँ पे आ गए हम. एकदम डिफरेंट.
began to forget the world we know.
वो ऐसे ही है, उस
I
पे
think
ध्यान
it
मत दो
pained
इतना.
him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Why he went to
Began to
psychiatrist?
despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
जेनिस में चैट टैग को जानता हूँ 5 सालों से. We became friends when he used to run a gaming channel. He used to stream, he used to make essay videos, gaming videos.
Including the wise Calico who insisted on advising him.
तो मुझे उसकी RDR2 की वीडियो रिकमेंड हुई. I commented on that video. फिर मैंने उसके बाकी के वीडियोस देखना शुरू किया and we became friends. तभी से. He used to run a gaming channel before chat tag.
His prince waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
हाँ वैसे ही जैसे जेनिस तुम मेरी स्ट्रीम पे आए हो ना, मेरे से बातें कर रहे हो.
And the rest I think you know.
वैसे ही.
Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Yeah, hashtag asylum, hashtag gaming.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
सबसे बड़ी स्टोरी थी लुइस की. Now संजय and Dawn. ये तो रह रहा है, ये भी रह रहा है, स्वेन भी रह रहा है.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing.
अरे वो उसकी ब्लड बॉर्न की वीडियो बेस्ट है भाई. मैंने भी रिसेंटली ब्लड बॉर्न खेला था एंड मैं समझा फिर कि क्यों पसंद है उसको वो इतना गेम. मैं उससे मांग लूँगा, अनलिस्टेड कर रखी होगी उसने. आई विल गेट द लिंक एंड आई विल शेयर इट विद यू. Marshmallows. Are these marshmallows or meat? What is it?
What happened that night had been coming for a long time.
He can't defeat hashtag. Hashtag was awesome. इनफैक्ट उस टाइम वो ही बना रहा था ना ऐसे वीडियोस ऐसे इंडिया में बैक टू बैक. इतना गेमिंग कंटेंट कोई नहीं बनाता था उस टाइम. कितने पुराने वीडियोस थे उसके भाई गेम्स के. फ्रीक्वेंसी तो इतनी नहीं थी उतनी जितनी किसी की भी. आप चैट टैग को सिर्फ हैश टैग से जानते हो या उसका मेन चैनल तो उसका कौन चैट टैग की बात कर रहे हो. ही इज़ माई फ्रेंड. मैं देख लेता हूँ उसकी वीडियोस.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open?
आर्यन साहब बहुत अच्छा है.
The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just
आर्यन
enjoy
साहब
our
का जो कैच है ना उसकी आर्यन साहब की वीडियोस का, वो है रिलेटेबिलिटी फैक्टर उसकी वीडियोस में. वो जिस तरीके से स्टोरी बताता है ना चीज़ों की और रिलेट करवाता है, वो चीज़ उसको हुक करवाती है उसकी वीडियोस से लोगों को.
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
ठीक है भाई, जा रहा हूँ.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance, or that Edie had a key to it.
सिंपल ब्लैक स्क्रीन एडिटिंग और सोल्स वाला साउंड, हाँ वो उसका वो बन चुका है ना, ट्रेडमार्क बन चुका है उसका. वो काफ़ी क्लेवर था वो जो यूज़ किया था उसने. सही है, बहुत अच्छी थी सोल्स वाली वीडियोस उसकी, बहुत अच्छी थी भाई.
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories.
ले.
I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
वैलो वाली नहीं देखी मैंने. चल 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 खोल इसको.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years.
हाँ वो रिलेटेबल करवाता है चीज़ों को.
Awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life.
I got to know about Aaron through his a comprehensive PC gaming guide. वहाँ से मुझे पता लगा था उसके बारे में, उसी वीडियो से.
When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
तो साइलेंट हिल 2, फिर मैंने उसकी साइलेंट हिल 2 की वीडियो देखी, क्योंकि मैंने तभी साइलेंट हिल 2 ख़त्म किया था. उसके बाद देखने में मज़ा आया मुझे. आई थिंक उसकी सबसे फेमस वीडियो वही है, पीसी गेमिंग गाइड वाली. सो जेनिथ, तुम्हें मेरा चैनल कैसे मिला?
For a while, I wondered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't
पर आपको ज़्यादा
explain.
जानता नहीं था तो फिर मैंने टपरी पे ज्वाइन किया. मुझे लाइटनिंग अप का. ओके ओके ओके.
It's mine.
Edith! Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go!
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
So
I
they
never saw
find.
Great Grandma Edie
So
again.
they okay. So they left.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
ले.
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
On an emulator, Zenith.
A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot.
Yeah, shared PS4.
The rest happened pretty quickly.
Yes, yes, Rex. ओके इसकी मॉम भी मर गई शायद.
She got better for a while,
हाँ भाई बढ़िया चली थी.
and then she didn't. And then I was alone.
So Dawn भी मर गई. Her mother. Everybody died. But
Last Finch left alive.
ये चीज़ है. ओमकार तूने बताया नहीं कि फिंच लड़की क्यों है? I mean
Until I found out about you.
एडिथ लड़की क्यों है?
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever,
नहीं
we'd have time to understand things.
जेनिथ वो दूसरा वाला रेक्स है.
But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes
वर्जिल वाला रेक्स दूसरा है. ये दूसरा रेक्स है.
and appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a
वो
lot
मैं
to
नहीं बता
ask,
सकता जेनिथ.
but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here.
कुछ और काम करता हूँ मैं.
Good luck.
So who's the one narrating the story? It's not Edith. अबे ओमकार कहाँ चला गया अब? The fuck man? Great game भाई. हाँ ख़त्म भाई निखिल. ओवर. अभी 1-2 घंटे बाद मैं फिर से लाइव आऊँगा नई गेम के साथ. नरेशन उसका ही था पर प्रोटैगनिस्ट कौन था फिर अपना? मैं ही हूँ भाई जेनिथ. डीपी में मैं ही हूँ. सैल्यूट वाइट नाइट. चुपचाप देख रहा था. अच्छा बेटा हैं लर्किंग. यारा मिल्टन ये बेस्ड ऑफ ट्रू इवेंट्स है क्या? सैम ब्रो द क्रेडिट रोल्स क्या एकदम क्रिएटिव क्रेडिट रोल्स हैं यार. ओमकार वो एंड में एडिथ नहीं थी. वो कोई और लड़का था. या आप डीपी पे ये कौन सी क्वालिटी का आधार कार्ड? भाई मेरी जेल में फ़ोटो खींची गई थी तो मैंने वही डाल दी. जेनिथ एडिथ का बच्चा था. ओके नाइस. नहीं नहीं डाल रहे हैं एज ए स्पेंड लास्ट टाइम विद. ओके ओके ऐसा है क्या? एमसीपी आ रहे हैं. टॉप सीक्रेट है भाई. वाइट नाइट टॉप सीक्रेट. दैट्स व्हाई एडिथ वाज अ गर्ल ताकि फैमिली कर्स आगे बढ़ पाए. मैक्स पेन कर तो दी ख़त्म सारी तीनों. निखिल तीनों करी तो थी स्ट्रीम मैंने पिछले साल. भाई जेल में हंसा रहे हो आप तब से हंस रहा मैं. हा हा हा. हंसो भाई जेनिथ, मैं हंसाने के लिए बैठा हूँ यहाँ। हैव अ गुड टाइम ब्रो। अन्नपूर्णा इंटरेक्टिव टू कॉल द क्रेडिट्स, जबकि उन्होंने गेम डेवलप भी नहीं किया है, पब्लिशर्स हैं खाली। फिर से खेलो, नहीं यार निखिल फिर से नहीं, और भी तो गेम्स हैं यार, अब उन्हें कौन खेलेगा फिर, और भी तो गेम्स खेलनी है। Bring me more good stuff from Annapurna. I have mostly played all of them. ओमकार, स्ट्रे खेल ली, एडिथ फिंच खेल ली, फायरवॉच खेल ली, और भी मैंने खेली है, मुझे नाम याद नहीं आ रहे हैं एग्जैक्टली। आई विल शो यू। सायोनारा वाइल्ड आर्ट्स खेल ली, जर्नी खेलने वाला हूँ मैं कल, जर्नी का नंबर है, वो भी अन्नपूर्णा की है। एब्जो खेल ली अभी रिसेंटली। सुपरलिमिनल, इज इट दैट पजल गेम? यस निखिल। नील ट्रकमैन प्ले टेस्टर? ना मैन, आई वोंट प्ले द लास्ट ऑफ अस, फक। Okay, so Dawn was Edith's mother. Am I right? Milton, Lewis, this Gus. पजल गेम है। अच्छा पीछे था नहीं, ओके मैंने पढ़ा नहीं, मुझे लगा तुम लास्ट ऑफ अस की बात कर रहे हो। अच्छा प्ले टेस्टर के नाम में था, देखा नहीं मैंने। हाँ स्ट्रे भी मैंने कंप्लीट कर दी, रेक्स पड़ी है चैनल पे, जब आई थी मैंने तभी स्ट्रीम करी थी। आई लव्ड इट, बहुत प्यारी गेम है, बहुत ज़्यादा प्यारी गेम है। 3 साल हो गए इस बात को, शायद 3 साल, हाँ 2022 में खेली थी मैंने, 22 या 23 में, 22 में खेली थी शायद। इज इट ऑन द लिस्ट? सुपर नहीं यार, वो तो नहीं है, सॉरी। ऑलराइट बॉयज, दैट वाज What Remains of Edith Finch. काफ़ी अच्छी गेम थी, नॉट द बेस्ट इंडी गेम आई वुड से, फॉर मी एटलीस्ट। अभी भी नहीं है बेस्ट, बट वन ऑफ द बेस्ट है। प्रेजेंटेशन वॉज आउटस्टैंडिंग, ब्रिलियंट, एवरीथिंग वॉज ऑसम, बट इट लैक क्रिएटिविटी थोड़ी सी। कम्युनिटी पोस्ट वर्ड तो नहीं थी यार ओमकार। हाँ देखे मैंने निखिल, 33 सॉलिड लग रही है गेम। पुरानी हो गई? नहीं पुरानी से मतलब नहीं है भाई, क्या बात कर रहे हो, पुरानी से मतलब नहीं है, ठीक है। ऋषि यू आर राइट ब्रो, I am making my cute angry face. I will pull those cheeks, Omkar. Don't act cute. Anyways, I'll see you on the next stream. I'll be coming live again in 2 hours. I'll have my lunch and I'll join back in later with a new game. दिक्कत तो है रेक्स, ठीक है। Bye bye everyone. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.